So hello friends, welcome back at Mahakal IS, and today we are going to discuss about sociology optional, and this lecture is orientation session, right? We have planned for you. So today it is first lecture of sociology optional for IS exam, and let me write. Right. So first we will discuss about how the society develop, how emergence of sociology take place, and if I talk about you regarding syllabus, so first topic in syllabus is modernity and emergence of sociology. Right. So first we need to understand deeply how this sociology emerged, and we know that sociology is a new discipline subject as we compared to history, as we compared to anthropology, as we compared to economy, or we compared to psychology. So sociology is a new discipline which originated in 1840, and Auguste Comte, the French philosopher Auguste Comte, is known as the father of emergence of this sociology subject, father of sociology, right? So Auguste Comte was major sociologist, right? So what do you mean by sociology? So sociology is basically made up of two words, that is socio and logy. So sociology is made of two words, one word is socio and another word is logy. The socio, yes Kim, hello. Socio, the word socio is of Latin origin, Latin, which means companionship. Companionship means two or more than two group of individual, two or more than two people are there and they are interacting and communicating with each other. That is the meaning of word socio. And logy means study of. Logy means study of, right? Logy means Mr. Yes, hello. Logy means study of. So basically in sociology we are doing the study of interaction among two or more than two individual. When two or more than two individual are getting interacted and communicating with each other, channelizing their emotion by communicating. So that we have to study under the syllabus of sociology. So the meaning of word sociology, the systematic and scientific study we have to do in sociology, the first thing. Second thing, the emergence of sociology, I already explained to you guys, all the people, welcome at Mahakal IS, that in 1840 this subject emerged, and this is the newest discipline as compared to history, as compared to philosophy, as compared to economy. In economy we have to study the economic behavior of people, right? Who is rich, who is poor. In anthropology basically we do the study of tribal culture, custom, tradition, belief systems. And in sociology we do the study of people, how the people are interacting, right? Whether it is the nuclear family or joint family. We also study about the condition of women, what the problem women are facing, employment opportunity is there for people or not, what is the condition of health, what is the condition of education. All these things we have to study under the discipline of sociology. So Auguste Comte, the French philosopher, whose work was System of Positivist Philosophy, In this work, he discussed about sociology, and his teacher Saint-Simon, S-A-I-N-T, S-I-M-O-N-E, Saint-Simon. This Saint-Simon also considered sociology like social physics. He considered sociology like social physics. As like we have one utensil, right, and under that utensil we want to keep water, and from below we are giving heat. So when we give heat from below to water, the water will boil. As water will boil, so the water will convert into steam, right? So Viren Prajapati, hello. So here we are going study scientific study, as we do study of in physics, chemistry, maths, right? So we are here doing scientific study of society. So Saint-Simon gave the concept of social physics. Also in this sociology subject, we have to understand some micro concept. What are the micro concept? So the micro concepts are there. Some sociological thought, school of thought are there, right? One sociological thought is micro school. This micro school basically do the study of individual unit. One unit I am doing study. So let's suppose कि I am doing the study of family. Whether this family is nuclear or whether this family is joint. So I will say that this school of thought is micro. When I do the study of whole nation, whole world, then I can say that that school belong to macro school. Similarly, there is Chicago school, and Chicago school basically do the study of urban planning, urban town planning. That is Chicago school. I am providing you the detail of this school because in upcoming lecture it will be helpful for you to connect the dots, right? So Chicago school basically emerged from America, USA, and this Chicago school do the study of urban town planning, right? So Chicago school we have studied. Another school is Frankfurt school. This Frankfurt school basically, when Hitler was showing very bad behavior towards Jewish community, so in order to protect their life, Jewish community migrated from Germany to America and formed new school of thought, that is also critical school of thought, right? So critical school also more focused towards socialism. They oppose capitalistic system. They believe in socialism, how people life can be better, right? So that is the critical school. Similarly, Marx also talk about bourgeois proletariat debate. As you already know कि there are bourgeois class and proletariat class. Proletariat is middle class, labor class, and bourgeois is capitalistic class. So generally what happened कि bourgeois have so much wealth and proletariat are labor class. In order to gain more and more wealth, sometimes they exploit the labor at any cost. Labor did not get proper salary, overtime wages, company not paid to labor. So Karl Marx said that one day will emerge when all the proletariat class people collective conscience will result into take a violent method, and through revolution they will overthrow the bourgeois class, capitalistic class. Why will they overthrow the capitalistic class? Because the capitalistic class is doing the harassment of proletariat class, middle class, labor class, right? The bourgeois class is basically exploiting the labor class, not paying timely wages, not giving timely salary, overtime wages or overtime work taken from labor class, right? So I think till now you have understand what I am delivering. So Birendra Prajapati is there. Hello, Mr. G 7Y is there, and Kim A Manth is there. So kindly all the people subscribe. My humble request to all of you. Right. Now, if we approach further, so in Europe, as you already know, in Europe there was the church authority and full control was in the hands of church, and also king was supreme power. King had supreme power. There was no liberty, no equality for common citizen, and no concept of democracy was there in Europe. Whatever church have said, that is patthar ki lakeer in Hindi, if you right, patthar ki lakeer. So what is this patthar ki lakeer? Ki if church said ki don't consume the non-veg, if you want to go in heaven, right? So people have to follow it. If priest class church said ki contribute this much money to this temple, you will go in heaven, right, after life, and you should believe in afterlife, not in this life which you are living. So all the rules, all the regulation were of church class in Europe, and people have to admire it, people have to follow it in true letter and spirit. If any person did not follow church rule, king rule, or he opposed church rule or king rule, then that person will be hanged, right? That person will be given death penalty. There was no concept of fundamental right, there was no rule of law. Basically anarchy was prevailed, right? People cannot question the government, people cannot question the church authority. So due to this, in whole Europe, there was disturbance of law and order, peace was not maintained. When this Europe got contact with Arab world for trade purpose, then the European people came to know that Greek people or Greek society is very much developing. As you already know, ki some Greek philosopher like Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, they help in achieving the scientific temper, critical thinking, humanism, good moral value, because you already know Socrates once tell that the unexamined life is not worth living. If you are living the life of drunk person, or if you are living the life of gambler, right, your life is not going in the right direction, you are not adhering to the goal which you should achieve, or you does not have any goal in your life, then definitely the peace of mind will be disturbed. So Socrates said in one quote ki unexamined life is not worth living. So when Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, all these people in Greek followed the principle of courage, temperance, wisdom, fortitude, right, selflessness, critical thinking, moral reasoning, scientific temper. So on the basis of this belief, the Greek people were advanced in thinking, their thought process was rational. So when European people get contacted with Arab world for trade purpose, then European people came to know that Greek people are more advanced than European people, or Greek people are more advanced than ourselves, because in Europe there was complete control in the hands of church, no democracy was prevalent, people cannot question the government, no critical thinking, no scientific temper, no humanism was prevalent in Europe. All the major decision will be taken by church and king. General people does not have any say in decision making or any say in government. Whatever the church have said, that you have to follow in letter and spirit. There was no method of constitutionalism, no limited government measure was there. So when these conditions were prevailing in Europe, so afterwards, slowly and gradually, the era of enlightenment and renaissance came in 1400 to 1600. So what is this renaissance and what is this enlightenment? If I talk to you regarding renaissance, so basically renaissance is development of critical thinking, development of art of questioning, development of humanism, development of moral reasoning, development of questioning, right? So when some philosopher came in Europe, emergence of philosopher take, right, we can take the example of Copernicus. So Copernicus was one philosopher, and Copernicus also gave the theory of heliocentrism. So what is this heliocentrism, friends? Earlier, church was of firm belief that Earth is at center of solar system. This is Earth, and Sun is revolving around this Earth. Earth is at center of solar system, and Sun is revolving around this Earth. This was a belief of church in Europe. But Copernicus gave the opposite theory. Copernicus, and that theory till today we follow in letter and spirit. That is, Copernicus told that it is not the Earth which is at center of our solar system. Perhaps it is the Sun which is at center of solar system, and Earth is moving around it. So heliocentrism means कि Sun is at center of solar system and Earth is moving around the Sun. This theory was given by Copernicus. Copernicus gave this theory. So when Copernicus gave this theory, so church was baffled like anything. They got angry. How you can oppose our theory, right? Similarly, Galileo also through telescope confirmed the theory of Copernicus, and he also pointed one similar line of Copernicus that Sun is at center of solar system and Earth is moving around or revolving around the Sun. So this theory was given by Copernicus. Similarly, Leonardo da Vinci. This Leonardo da Vinci makes so many pictures of human life, make the pictures of flora, make the pictures of fauna and human life, the scenic beauty of love, emotion between male, female, right? These kinds of pictures were prevalent. But due to this also, the church authority got baffled because church was of firm belief that people should only make image of religion, people should only make image of God, people should have complete belief in church. Whatever the church is saying, you have to admire only that. But when Leonardo da Vinci make the images of human, make the images of flora, fauna, make the images of love, emotion, right, of between man and woman. So church authority, church people got baffled, right, like anything. They got angry. Similarly, Mona Lisa also make so many pictures. On similar line, after development of this, William Shakespeare in Hamlet, his work Hamlet, William Shakespeare also gave so many concepts like dance, drama, folk music. Suman Karwasra, hello Suman Karwasra ji, hello, how are you? And kindly subscribe Mahakal IAS, right? So there was the concept in William Shakespeare, and that is in William Shakespeare, Hamlet, the dance, drama, right, literature. So all this development taken place due to William Shakespeare. And earlier there was no dance, no drama, no folk music, nothing was prevalent. Only one thing was prevalent, that is, you should have complete belief in church authority, you should have complete belief in priest class, you should have complete belief in king authority. No democratic principle will be followed in Europe, no rational thinking will be promoted in Europe, no critical thinking, no art of questioning, no rational thinking, no scientific temper. Whatever the church is saying, you have to follow that in letter and spirit. That was the core concept initially. But when Copernicus came, then Copernicus gave the theory of heliocentrism, that sun is at center and earth is revolving around sun. Similarly, Galileo also supported Copernicus with the help of telescope. He analyzed and also tell the Copernicus theory is right. Similarly, Leonardo da Vinci, Mona Lisa, they made several pictures, painting, flora, fauna, everything, right? Apart from it, if we study, so definitely we can say that there was also Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. So these Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau also gave their concept, their theory for enlightenment of people. Hobbes initially say कि human nature is selfish, murderous, right? Human nature is selfish, murderous, brutish, and nasty. So human can kill other human also for self-preservation. That is why it is of utmost importance that there should be some authority who can govern the people, and for that there is very much needed the concept of social contract. The concept of social contract is basically between government and governed. So government is there and government will govern the people. So in this way social contract will be a deliberate channel between government and governed, right? And you cannot question the authority of king. This was also told by Hobbes. But Locke gave another theory, and Locke goes one step ahead. And Locke in his theory mentioned that if state can protect the life and liberty of people, as today we study this life and liberty concept under Article 21. Under Article 21, we need to preserve life of people. Fundamental right is there, right? So initially there was no concept of fundamental right. Fundamental right concept came when American Constitution developed, when Indian Constitution developed. So Locke, very few years ago, so many years ago, gave concept that the life, liberty of people and private property of people should be saved by the state authority. If state authority is not able to save the property of people, if state authority is not able to save the life of people, if state authority is not able to save the property, then definitely the people should have the right to overthrow that state. So these things were going in Europe. These kinds of thought was going in Europe, and this kind of thought gave people some courage to question the government. These kinds of thought gave people some courage, some fortitude to ask government how government should function. Similarly, Rousseau gave another concept, and Rousseau concept was that the general will of people should prevail. General will of people should prevail. The majoritarian rule should prevail. The voice of people should not be curbed. Their fundamental rights should be prevailed. And for that, Rousseau mentioned that human is born free, but he himself found in chain. when human is there. So when human born, so just a minute. So Rousseau told that human is born free. But after the worth of human is there on earth, and as he gradually, after attaining the age 1 to 2 year, 2 to 4 year, then game socialization according to GH Mead that take place, right? And when consciousness of human develop as he go further, so he himself found in a chain. This chain was this circle, you can just see that, right? This chain is of basically belonging to several caste rivalry is there, religious rivalry. You are that person is Hindu, that person is Muslim, that person is Sikh, that person is Christian. These all things you know after birth. Caste rivalry is there, that person belong to general category, that person belong to OBC category, that person belong to scheduled caste, that person belong to scheduled tribe. So these things you know. Similarly, caste rivalry, gender discrimination, gender stereotype is there, patriarchal mindset of people is there. So all these things you know after birth. So that is why Rousseau rightly mentioned that human is born free, but he himself found in a chain on earth after birth, right? So the major concept of Rousseau was that ki general will of people should always be there, majoritarian rule should be there, and that rule we are following today. Ki every 5 year, after every 5 year there is an election, and in election the mandate of people is there, right? Whatever the people are saying, that has to be preserved. What the voting they are doing, and according to vote the mandate of government will be decided, who will win, who will lose, right? And after every 5 year social contract get renewed, as rightly said by Hobbes, there should be a social contract. So after every 5 year social contract get renewed and new government is elected, right? Montesquieu was also another French philosopher, and in his seminal work The Spirit of Law, he gave the concept of separation of power. The Montesquieu was of firm belief that power should not be concentrated in one authority or in single hand, because power corrupt and absolute power corrupt absolutely, as this was already told by Lord Acton, that any human can go through any adversity in life, but if you give power to the human, then this power definitely will lead to misuse of that power by the human, right? So Lord Acton, this statement also become very very important for us. So Montesquieu basically told that power should not be concentrated in one authority, power should not be concentrated in single authority, it should be channelized, or we can say ki devolution of power should be there. So this Montesquieu book, Spirit of Law, there is separation of power concept, Montesquieu, right? As you already know, there are three organs of government: one is legislature, one is executive, and one is judiciary. So according to Montesquieu, in his seminal work, there is the concept Power is divided between three organs of government. One is legislature, second is executive, and third is judiciary. Legislature work is to formulate law, executive work is to implement that law, and judiciary work is to adjudicate that law, whether that law is fair, whether that law is reasonable or not, right? As you already know, in India also we followed both the procedure established by law and also due process of law after Manka Gandhi case. Due process of law is also followed. So whether the legislature making law that is aligned with principle of natural justice or not, that also we have to accommodate, that also we have to see, right? So Montesquieu gave the concept of separation of power, and this, according to Montesquieu, this power should not be concentrated in one hand, while this power should be channelized. We have discussed about Hobbes, we have discussed about Locke, we have discussed about Rousseau, and also I have given you the detail of the philosophy of Greek philosopher like Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle. But one thing you can note here is that no philosopher talk about the rights of women. Rousseau only once told that women should be educated so that women can be a good mother, women can be a good wife. For only this purpose, women should be educated, and this clearly remark the patriarchal mindset of human. So one female philosopher whose name is Mary Wollstonecraft, this name you can note in your notebook, Mary Wollstonecraft. This name you can note, Mary Wollstonecraft. So this Mary Wollstonecraft gave the theory that why it is that men are born free, and women are still slave, or why women rights are not safeguarded by there is so much patriarchal mindset. So you can also use his quote, you can also use her quote, right? So for better answer writing, this name Mary Wollstonecraft name you will use as a feminist thinker, and Mary Wollstonecraft always talk about how women can be empowered, how women right can be safeguarded, how women can get justice, right? So this is the orientation session, and this session we are basically discussing about the thinkers, about enlightenment, right? How dark ages, from dark ages or middle ages to Renaissance, enlightenment, how these things got developed, right? And enlightenment also means new thinking. Modernity also derived from the word modus, and modus means new way of thinking is getting developed. Traditional breakdown from traditional, right? If you are thinking if cat is going in your way, you are walking and generally cat came, then it is a firm belief in traditional society also that we generally not go till some person cross that road, right? This is a firm belief. But when modernity came, then these kinds of belief system got vanished, and art of questioning emerges, scientific temper emerges, right? And with the help of modernity, several warfare activities, several development, industrial revolution also came after enlightenment, after thinking of human to a next level. Scientific temper came, development activity happened, right? New railway construction, port development, and in several fields there was development. Medicine was developed, right? And several defense systems. So many development was there, and industrial revolution also focused on material goods, availability of raw material, then that convert processed into product. In that way, capitalistic market emerges, employment opportunity for people got created. So in this similar manner, in industrial revolution so much wealth people get accumulated, right, and happy life of people was also there. It is right ki there are also some criticism of industrial revolution, that with the emergence of industrial revolution also congested area got developed, right, so many congested area got developed, and air pollution is there, environmental concern are there, capitalistic system lead to more and more exploitation of labor. So these are also some criticism of industrial revolution. But if we talk about some positive aspect of industrial revolution, so we can say ki more development happen, and along with industrial revolution the thought process of people have changed. People now follow the path of scientific temper, people now more focus on art of questioning, people more focus on moral reasoning, and before every talk they have some rational thought development, right, they question everything, they did not generally believe whatever told by priestly class or whatever told by church classes. So enlightenment era, new way of thinking get developed, right. So these all things we have to study under this sociology subject. So I have till now I have discussed about middle ages. After the middle ages, dark ages, then enlightenment, renaissance is there, scientific revolution is there. So these all things we have discussed. Now human origin if I discuss to you, then we can see ki around 2.5 million year ago development of human was there, and around 2.5 million year ago human development was there. So initially for consuming food human roam here and there, and initially the size of brain of human was like peanut, very small, and its teeth was very big and large, because human basically consume food by killing the animal, small animal like rabbit is there, right, so cat is there, so by killing the animal human consume the food, raw meat consume human, so its teeth was big. But after 70,000 year, after 70,000 year ago, there was development of fire, and as fire development was there, then human used to consume the flesh meat, because now availability of fire is there, so you can easily by burning the fire through fire you can convert that raw meat into flesh meat, and now human started consuming that meat. So now human brain size get larger, because now thinking process developed, right, and human teeth size got smaller. Slowly and gradually human population get increased, childbirth get easier, more and more population get accumulated. So on similar line human also domesticate animal, human started to domesticate cow, human started to domesticate buffalo, human started to domesticate eggs, right. So these kinds of animal was also with human. But one major thing was also that ki some diseases also get connected with human, and these diseases transfer from animal to human, right. Slowly and gradually trade also flourished. So metal currency, gold, silver, bronze currency, they also came in the market. So slowly and gradually trade got flourished. The authority of king concept also came ki the king will be there, so king will govern the people, so that the peace can be developed in society, law and order situation can be well maintained in society. So this is basically the overview of today's lecture, and in this lecture we have studied from Europe point to this. Now next concept is French Revolution. Why French Revolution happened, what was the major outcome of French Revolution, and how Enlightenment, Renaissance happened, and after Enlightenment, Renaissance, how French Revolution helped in developing liberty, equality and fraternity in Europe. That we are going to discuss, right? So if I discuss with you कि why French Revolution happened, as you already know, the French Revolution happened in 1789, and the purpose of French Revolution was to provide rights of third state, and liberty, equality and fraternity need to be preserved in letter and spirit. Democratic principle, rule of law need to be preserved. So basically there are three stages, or we can say there are three states in French Revolution, right? This is first state, this is second state, and below this is third state. So these three state was there, ESTAT state, and these state generally meet not very frequently, very rare. As like today's parliament you can compare with. As today's parliament meet and maximum time gap can be 6 months, as I already studied in polity, right? But these states meet very rarely. So if I discuss with you about the details of what are these three states, then just focus here. This is first state. First state population was 1%. Only 1% population was there of first state. This 1% population have 10% land. They have 10% land, and this 1% comprises of king and king family, right? Second state comprises of nobles, aristocratic people, noble and aristocratic, and they were of 2%, 2% population they have, and 20% land they have, and remaining people was comprises of third state. This third state, if I talk, then this was clergy, also labor class was there, lawyer was there, lawyer, clergy or labor class was there, right? Businessmen, these people were in third state. So basically there was concept of one vote. So everybody have one vote, and the major land grant was in the hands of king. King generally used to give this land grant to his nobles who can support the king during the time of war, right? They were very rare. But this third state does not have voting right, because whenever any decision happened, then one vote of this and one vote of this too. Decision prevailed by 2:1, and as you already know, ki whosoever have majority, that decision will be prevail. So first state and second state combined together. So their vote is 2, and third state has only one vote. So always decision happen in the favor of first state and second state, because they have one vote. So two vote will prevail over one vote of third state. So this third state does not have voting right. This third state does not have any right. They only have to pay tax. This first state and second state never paid any tax. Only and only this third state have to pay any tax. As today Prime Minister also pay tax, President also pay tax. But there was no concept of equality in ancient time, right, in Europe. So this third state was very much angry. Why we only have to pay tax, and if we are paying tax, then we should be involved in major decision making. Why our viewpoints are not getting considered? So national emergency basically happened in tenets of court, as you already know. These all the third state people get together and they rebelled against the first state and second state. Right? So these people rebelled against first state and second state, and it led to French Revolution in 1789, and liberty, equality, and fraternity got preserved in latter and split. Another issue behind French Revolution was also that Louis XVI, as you already know, Louis XVI wife was also involved in so much of indulgent extravagant, right? So many facility she was taking and so much wealth was getting destroyed, right? Living very luxurious life, right? And the female, the king wife was living very luxurious life, and whenever general people or common people approach her, then she have only one statement, that if you do not have butter, then you should eat the chapati, you should eat the bread, right? This was her statement. And 7-year war was also there, as you already know, between French and British. War was there, Austrian War of Succession, that also we can say. So this 7 year of war also lead to major loss of wealth of French. Also France was supporting American Revolution. So France was also supporting America in the war against British, right? So due to this support of France to America, it lead to huge crunch of resources or huge loss of wealth from France. And these were also the issue behind this French Revolution. And finally, this French Revolution led to development of liberty, development of equality, and development of fraternity. So this Industrial Revolution, this French Revolution, and this Enlightenment, these all concepts we have to study, right? So I think I have explained all the things to you, and if you have further any doubt, those of you are watching, I can see here that 2 people are watching to me. So you can ask your doubt, and from where you belong, let me discuss some general talk we should do, because our lecture is now get completed, right? It was of 48 minutes. So you can ask your doubt regarding this lecture. If you have any doubt, you can just mention in comment section, right? You can just mention in comment section, those of you are watching to me. Have you any doubt till? From where you belong, you can just also mention. Also, one thing I need to tell you that Mahakala IAS is also going to launch its first foundation batch for UPSC aspirant 2027 and 2028. So those of you want admission, you can just call on my WhatsApp number, that is 9340786461. So if anyone of you need to enroll in foundation batch, let me know. We can discuss, we can plan for you guys, right? So we can plan, we can discuss regarding your UPSC preparation, and my WhatsApp number is there, 9340786461. On this number you can call me, so we can plan session for you, right? And you can also enroll in my offline batch that will commence from 20th of April 2026. So for 5 more minutes I am here, and you can just ask your doubt. If you have any doubt, so let me know. So ask your doubt. If anybody of you have any doubt, you can just mention in comment section. So thank you very much friends, and once again welcome at Mahakala IAS. If you face any issue regarding UPSC preparation, so you can just mention in comment section, right? So till take care and bye bye, and we should finish this lecture here, right? And I will meet you soon in upcoming lectures. And this whole sociology optional, if I discuss with you, then it is completely free of cost. You will study it in Delhi or Lucknow or any institute. There they will charge you almost 50,000 for it. So you need to pay 50,000, then you will get access to recorded class, or you will get access to offline class, right? But I have take a pledge to help you all guys by providing free of cost all the lecture, right? So complete sociology optional course will be free for all of you. You only need to pay attention whatever I am teaching in class for IAS and IPS examination, UPSC sociology optional. You need to have complete concentration on the board, and surely you will become IAS IPS, right? Only the need is to work hard and hard on daily basis, then definitely you can achieve your goal, right? So if anybody of you have any doubt, let me know in comment section. You can just mention your doubt regarding sociology optional, regarding prelims examination, let's say 2026 or 2027. You can also ask your doubt regarding preparation of general study paper 1, general study paper 2, that is polity, governance, social justice, international relation, general study paper 3, or general study paper 4, ethics. I also have today take a 1 hour session on ethics. So you can also watch that session, and if any doubt persists regarding ethics also, then also let me know. I will clarify all your doubts. Right friends? So now it is time to move on, and I should stop this video here right now. If you have any doubt, you can just ask. And those of you attended today's live session, my humble request to all of you is that he just subscribe this Mahakal IAS platform. It is a new channel, and your help is very much needed for this channel to grow, right? So thank you very much. We will meet you soon. Thank you.